One thing you should know about depression is this: everyone gets depressed. Do you hear me? Everyone gets depressed. No be only you they depressed though. No be only you, no kill yourself. Everyone gets depressed. I get depressed about 5 times within a week, but I still survive. So why you will kill yourself? Everyone, Dangote gets depressed. $10 gets depressed. Jimovia gets depressed. Obi Kubana gets depressed. Yes, I must tell you, they get depressed. They hide that. They don't let you know. They don't go come show you everything. Everybody hide that. God, they cover a lot of things. Everyone gets depressed. Yes. Have you seen these richest men in the world? When they are on their dying bed, they regret a lot of things. Yes, they get depressed. And that's why I'm making this video. Why would you think the world is crushing on you? Because of one thing or the other, you get depressed. I think it's going to be over soon. It's not going to be over. You have a whole lot to achieve on earth. God does not make mistake. If He doesn't have anything for you to achieve and accomplish on earth, He wouldn't bring you down here. He would have just left you in heaven. Everyone gets depressed. It's just the nature of this world. Why? We do not all have everything in life. Remember, we do not all have everything in life. If you are rich, you may not have wife. If you have wife, you may not have children. If you have children, you may not have male child. If you have male children, you may not have female child. If you have wife, children, wealth, you may have terminal disease. See, everyone has something that brings him or her down one day or the other. So you are not the only person depressed. Everyone, 8 billion people on earth, we all get depressed. We manage it, so you are not left out. Don't think your life is yours. You are breathing, you are alive. You need to be happy. Cheer up. Things will get better. See, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. What are the causes of this depression? Now, I'm not talking about book, psychology, therapies. I'm talking about real life experience. Those of us who have been depressed, who are chairman professors in depression. When you say depression sits on us. Someone like me, depression sits on me, lives in me. But how do I overcome it? As we speak today, I've been depressed. I sit down, I lay on my bed, speaking in tongue. I was depressed. Suddenly, the Spirit of God just helped me, started speaking in tongue, and I came out of it. Everyone gets depressed. But what are the immediate cause? Not book, the ones we read in book. I mean, immediate. Number 1, disappointment. And what is disappointment? I've often said disappointment is when expectations are not met. If you're expecting to be this in life and you are not that, you get disappointed. If you're expecting to have this and you don't have it, you get disappointed. And disappointment eventually results in depression when it is consistent. 1, disappointment. And everyone, at one time or the other, we get disappointed. Yes. Sometimes you could be a very wealthy person and you have the opportunity of getting a contract and you get there, you get disappointed. So, everybody gets disappointed. Disappointment. There are certain things you feel you should have become, should have achieved, and you have not become that person. You have not achieved that thing. You get disappointed. It's all right. It happens to me. It happens to every one of us. Number 2, comparison. Please, take note, comparison. This is very huge. Each time you see you are depressed, check out, you are looking at somebody else, especially your equal. And that's somebody you went to secondary school together with, or somebody you went to university together with, or somebody you stay around, somebody in your clique, your peer, your friend. You are looking at somebody who has gone further than you have gone, who is doing better than you do. Comparison. Each time you are depressed, check out, you are comparing yourself. You could have a bike and you'll be happy. But as soon as you remember that among your clique, everybody has car, you'll be depressed. You'll be depressed. You might be okay. You are okay each time. You are lively. You enjoy yourself. You are single. You are 30 years. You are 40 years. You are. But because each time you remember that every one of your age mates is married, and remember you are not married, you get depressed. But if you don't think of anyone, if you look at your life alone solely, if you were created alone in this life, you will never be depressed. Yes. Yes. There are people who are not civilized, who are primitive, living in a remote area where they still tie leaves, and they are happy. They are happy because they don't see people in the civilized world they compare themselves with. Most times when we are depressed because we are looking at some other people who are gone ahead. I have a remedy for that. Number one is disappointment. Number two, comparison. Either direct or indirectly. Directly or indirectly. Sometimes you know that you are just comparing it because you intentionally wanted to compare. But within yourself, that spirit will just begin to recall, begin to imagine, begin to envisage people who are better than you are, who are of the same class and level naturally, or the same peer, but they are better than you are. You get depressed. Number three. Make a talker. Make a talker. Number three. The major the chairman of the cause of depression today. Make a talker. He go shock you. He go shock you. Now social media. He shock you. He shock you. Now social media. Oh, you think say people they catch cruise. You see say social media they kill depression for. It had depression. It brings depression. Yeah. It shock you. You not expect that. Social media is a place where people bring out the best and hide the rest. I repeat it. Social media is a place where people bring out the best and hide the rest. Now who go come to social media and say, I get HIV, who go talk up? I shock you. It shock you. The person get HIV, you come and show you Gucci bag, you can kill yourself, you will not get HIV. It shock you. You won't kill yourself. The people you see for social media, some of them go through that in 3 months' time. But they come flex, they show you baby cars. You will still get 50, 60 years more to live. You are depressed, you want to kill yourself. Social media. Especially when you go to this place called TikTok, where people make videos with the best of their attire, the best of houses. Some of those houses are not even theirs. The best of furnished apartments, the best of cars, and they even flaunt money that they don't even have. And sometimes you look at them, this boy is 18 years and he has bought G-Wagon. That's what they told you, that's what you saw on social media. And you just feel like, God, why is my whole life like this? Look at this small boy. He just post video for TikTok. He just they do content for Facebook. See, they do giveaway. They give people 50,000, 200,000. They prank people and they dash people money. Why is my life? This boy, I seen that. I've seen this boy with 20 years, 30 years. This was 22 years. Look at the kind of car they ride. Now, social media, you see, and you won't kill yourself. Depression. Social media. Number one, what I call it? Number one is disappointment. That was then. For people like when he did it. Number two is comparison. Not be saying you will go compare and say, hey, this guy make us see you. No. Sometimes you sit back at home and that thing just flashes back. You just recall some of your colleagues, your peers that are doing fine and you are not doing fine. You feel your life is worthless and useless. Who told you? Who told you somebody God created will be worthless and useless? So you think God, the Almighty Creator, will waste His precious time creating worthless person and useless person? Is that what you think you are? That you're worthless and useless? You're comparing yourself with somebody else. You have your own destiny. And there's time for everything. Your timing is different from my timing. Their timing is different from your timing. Why would you compare yourself with anyone and you get depressed? Social media, the last one, and it's the current cause of depression. And no, many people have not noticed. You've not noticed that social media is hugely affecting you. Depression, because the things people flaunt, fake lives. People flaunt fake lives, and you get depressed. You get sense. People flaunt fake life, their fake lives, and you get depressed, thinking they are better than you do. Who told you? Remember, I told you everybody has got one or two things he or she misses in his or her life. Yes, we are not all complete. We cannot all be complete because we are not God. God is the omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent. He's all in all. He's perfect. He's complete. We are not. Why we have imperfection in us, so that we can depend God for those things that are lacking in our lives. Did you hear that? But why we have imperfections in our lives is so that we can depend on God for those things we are lacking. If you have everything on earth, what do you want to call God for? Answer that question. If you have everything on earth, what do you want to call God for? You get power, you won't call him for protection. You get money, you won't call him for provision. You get sound health, you won't call him for healing. You will not depend on God. God will be so much useless to you and valueless. So God has to allow a lot of imperfections in us so that we will depend on Him. But that's not the point. How do we kill this depression? Because it's affecting a lot of lives. People like me, I live an isolated life. I don't mingle with people. I don't interact. I don't associate. I am not sociable. Yeah. I could lock myself indoors for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months without even seeing anyone. Yes. People like that are prone to depression. Nothing takes away sorrow from them.